To those of you who are listening, welcome to my podcast. Um, I chose to go the podcast route for this assignment just because I think it's so much more personal than a simple essay. It goes more into detail than a playlist, than a drawing, than something that you create. I think that a person's voice is their best method of communication. I mean, it's the best method to tell people what you're like, what you do, the things that you have been through. And I'm just going to discuss with you who I am and what makes me who I am. So, first and foremost, I really think that my parents' divorce when I was only 4 years old had a dramatic impact on my life and has shaped almost every single thing from that point forward. It it forces me to be organized. It forces me to be prompt and on time. I've always had a divorce schedule where my father picks me up at 5:30, then my mother picks me up at 5:30. I have to be ready at those times. I have to get all my things together. And in order to get those things together, I have to stay organized. And my parents always complain that I'm a little bit too OCD, as some people would say. But I really think it's those years of constantly going back and forth and having to stay organized that made me become so obsessive with keeping things orderly. And that really is a big part of who I am. I think being organized helps me to do well in school, helps me to keep my mind as clear as I possibly can. But that's one of the first things that really shapes who I am. The second thing I would say would probably be sports. It's probably my main interest in life other than politics, but sports specifically has connected me to so many people. Has connected me to my family. I got my first job at Vegas Sports and Hockey because of my love for sports, and that first job really helped me gain experience in the workplace that I definitely will keep in mind my whole life. It helped me make connections in my community and with fellow coworkers, and it helped me work with them better. And just watching sports makes me so happy, and is one of the few things in life that brings me true joy unconditionally. And I love that. I owe so much to sports. The next thing is the outdoors. Um, I love the outdoors. I love nature so much, and it's something that helps me to relax, to clear my mind. One of my weaknesses is how stressed I tend to get, but being outdoors helps with that so much. Working out, riding my bike outside, taking a walk, going to Red Rock, taking a road trip to Zion, those things help me out so much. And on the thumbnail of this video podcast, I have probably one of the favorite pictures that I've ever taken at Zion National Park on Angel's Landing. It's so hard to describe how I felt in that very moment. I felt so peaceful, yet at the same time so empowered to go into the things that will make me successful in life. Something else that I would say is a fairly big part of me is my general, not to say intellect, but but nerdiness, I guess. I love things having to do with history and just learning random things like that normally people wouldn't enjoy, but it really shapes who I am. It gives me it gives me roots of conversation to take when I meet a new person, and especially with certain of my friends, it's helped me to better connect with them. And my love for certain things has helped me to become a better writer, to become a better researcher. And my educational experience is one of the main things that shapes me. That's who I am, is someone who I guess would classify himself as a failure if he doesn't do well in school. And I know school's not everything, but it definitely accounts for a lot. And it's definitely a massive part of who I am. But, I'm talking a lot about my positives. I guess I should focus on the part of me that a lot of people don't see, but that I know of myself. I procrastinate on almost everything. And I don't know why I do it. I know it's bad, and it's gotten worse because of the pandemic, and I just can't help it at this point. But I procrastinate on everything, and it stresses me out, and it makes me super sad to see myself get to that point. I'm already fairly not depressed, I guess, but I tend to get very stressed out, and it does make me sad a lot. So procrastination just makes that so much worse, and that's a part of me that most people just don't see, and they don't realize that on the inside I am constantly stressed. I work so much to try to alleviate any burden on my parents, and I do so much in school. It's tough to keep up sometimes, but I keep those things that I mentioned earlier, outdoors and sports. I keep those things close to my heart, and that always helps me to push forward and be better. But thank you for listening. That basically is who I am.